No, I'm joking. What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video with the Church with Chris channel. We just previously recorded. Make sure y'all go watch that. We recorded on his channel, your boy Rich, and we just recorded on my video talking about how life is meaningless, and we're talking about ecclesiastics and life. But today's topic, we're going to talk about be happy that God is patient. And people are like, well, what do you mean? This is what I mean when I talk about that. It's multiple examples. For example, number one, be happy God is patient. Because I remember I always wanted, as a younger kid, since seeing Transformers in like 2007, I was like, oh, I want a Camaro, I want a Camaro. And you know, I got other Camaros, but I was like, oh, I want the Z01, I want the Z01. And I finally got it, but I'm happy that it did take this long, because you never know, like with the mindset and everything, God could have been saving you because you probably didn't know how to act. You weren't mature enough to handle it. Yeah. And God will give you no more than you can bear. And then also too, I was just seeing on TikTok like a bunch of like end time signs, and people like, God's coming back. I want God to come back today. I want him to come back today. Like, why is he taking so long? And then I put on my TikTok, I was like, you know, be happy that God is being patient, because it's one of those things. You may think you're right with God, but you're not. Yeah. And I've been through that reality check multiple times, thinking like, I'm right with God. I'm right with God. And that's why I thank God for him saying we're saved by what he did on the cross, and we're saved by grace. You know, it ain't by works. You know, you keep trying to be like that A1, like I'm right with God fully, in a sense of like, I haven't been doing this, I haven't been doing that. And that's good and dandy. But it's all about, don't forget, it's all about what God did on that cross, and we're saved by grace. Yeah. And because we'll never be perfect here on this earth. And it's one of those things, I thank God for being patient, because like I was explaining in the last video, like I had that motorcycle accident, and I said that whole thing got me right with God. Yeah. But I'm like, imagine if I didn't get right with him. I'm like, I would have been and let's say he had came back during that moment when I wasn't right with him, I'd have been going to hell. Yeah. But now we're at a point in time where I am right with him. I'm like, oh, thank you, God, because you know, now I can make it. And there's so many other people. Like I just saw, hopefully it's genuine, like I just saw Black China took her fillers out, yes, man. And then she got baptized and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, there's so many other people who you probably think ain't gonna go to heaven, but like they're changing their lives, and God is still working in everybody's life. Yeah. And I'm like, thank you, God, that you haven't come back yet, because that could have been a soul we could have missed out on. And I just thank God that nothing bad has happened, and he's working in all our lives, and he's helping us get to that next step. Yeah. What you gotta say?
Man, I would say, man, being patient is really, really important. That's something that, I mean, I've struggled with, and I'm probably like still struggling with it. Here and there, I'm doing a lot better. But like, even with like this whole like Christian rap, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I want to be able to reach like millions, thousands. Like I want to get to a certain level where I can do this as a career. You know what I'm saying? But it's like God shows you, like, you have to learn how to start like small, because when he throws you out, you know, to the public, to the masses, you got to be able to handle what's going to come. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the same thing with what he was saying. Is like, you know, now he got something new from God that he's able to handle through patience. And patience is a gift. It's a gift from the Spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like, patience is a virtue. You know what I mean? Like, take away patience and you have desperation. So like, if you're desperate for things, like, and you're thirsty for the wrong things, you're gonna make wrong decisions. When you're desperate, like when you're desperate to do stuff like without God's will, or without God giving the consent, you're gonna end up doing things that God didn't send you to do. And then what ends up happening is that what God had planned for you, he ends up delaying it. He stops it. You know what I'm saying? Or you yourself go 10 steps back when you could have been 10 steps forward. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, you know, one of the good things about patience is, what I can say, is that when you see the end result of all the time spent, like let's say in God, or what you're working in ministry wise or anything like that, and you see the end result, you will see that it was all worth the wait. I'm saying, like, for like a couple of my songs, like 3 years ago, I used to be like, man, I hope this hits 100. Like, I hope each song just hits 100. Each song hit 100, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so much. This is crazy. Years later, now it's at like thousands, or you're seeing thousands of streams. You know what I mean? Like, things like that, you can see that like you're growing, like maturely. You're growing in spiritual maturity through patience. But not only that, you're growing to understand that like everything is a time. Like, God's perfect. When it's God's time, it's gonna be perfect. Like, when it's up, it's really up.
Yeah, because like, you know, like one thing that we both said we struggled with was like, you know, females, and like from our school or wherever. And it's one of those things like he shared before in the other video, like he did some crazy things in a sense, never doing it, but I'm talking about like to go meet a female and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But imagine if like God allowed us to have that. Like, I want to be a full-time YouTuber. Imagine he gave me that full-time YouTube life at 18. Then all those women and everybody just chasing after you because of your money and like and your fame. Like, I personally, I can't speak for you, but I know I would have messed up a lot. And those mess ups I would have had, yeah, in a sense they're normal, but those mess ups would have cost a lot of consequences and a lot of regret.
Yeah.
So that's why I thank God that He's kept us all. And but like I said, don't be happy God's being patient, man, because if He gave you stuff a little too quick, you probably mess up. And be happy that He's patient with His return. You know, He said He's coming soon, and people keep taking that like, well, it's been thousands of years. That's not soon. That's not long compared to eternity. That's what we gotta fathom. So yeah, that was just a quick video on this, man. Just staying that. Just be happy God's being patient, man, because once again, don't rush the process, man. You know, the good food take a while on that stove to cook. You know, how grandma back in the day cooking. Let it simmer. Sugar? Yeah, let it simmer a little bit. Let it get some time, man.
I want to eat sugar.
Nah, but that was a good video, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. We'll see y'all in the next one. Say your info. Everything will be in the link, too.
Your boy Rich featuring
We don't care. No, I'm joking. Go ahead.
Your boy Rich featuring Child Like CC. Christ Light is coming out this Thursday. It's gonna be a big feature.
Yes, sir.
More music coming out soon. I love you guys very much. Church with Chris, support this man.
Yep. Follow my car page too, Cars by Chris.
Nah, I don't care about his car page.
And go follow my other one with my basketball, Christian Carly. Huh?
I'm not rich.
Alright, brother.
Look at what I'm driving. I'm driving a Honda.
See, this is why you gotta be patient, because God will give you.
I don't have a Camaro. I'm not rich like him.
God will give you that Jeep Wrangler soon. You just gotta show him you can handle it.
Oh, what you saying, Caleb?
But alright, y'all, I'll see y'all. Peace.
When you feel up on me, I just be working. Devil always wanna come and hurt me. I made a lot of mistakes, but I'm learning.